about the water cycle. And I believe you learned about the water cycle possibly in 4th grade, maybe 3rd grade. It rains, right? It comes down. Now where does it go? All right. So let's go back. Had an ocean, am I right? What happens to the water there? In the ocean, it begins to what? What happened? What's that word? Evaporates. Finally, it goes up to the what?
Clouds.
And it goes into the clouds, right? Here's the clouds. How does it come down again, Rita? How? Why? Why? There's a word that's called saturate. And watch this. I'm going to show you. What am I going to do? I'm going to take this sponge. And you're going to look back here. And right now, this sponge is not saturated. So what's happening now? Let's look at it again. What's going on? So much is in it, what happens? Because it is saturated. When the clouds become saturated with the water during the water cycle, it begins to, what happens? It's just so much, it begins to what? Rain, right? And it can come down in any form. When it's very cold, like it is outside, we get and basically when the temperature goes up, we may get rain. Now, last night we were supposed to get rain and the temperature was supposed to drop, causing that rain to do what? If it drops, the rain is on the ground. What happens when that temperature goes way down? What's going to happen to the liquid? It's going to freeze. So then we're going to get what they call black ice. What is black ice? Tiana, what's black ice?
That blends with the ground, you can't see it?
Yes. That's what they call black ice. You're driving along and then all of a sudden you may hit a patch and your car can spin out of control. And so you have to be very careful. Yes, Terry?
How do you get hail?
How do you get hail? And that's a whole thing with the temperature that's up. All right, it has a relationship to do with the temperature that's up and the temperature from the ground. And once it gets in the atmosphere like that, it can create, and sometimes they're big like this. If you watch the news, it'll tear up somebody's car. Sometimes they're small like this. You ever been outside and the pellets are hitting you in the face? Feel good to you?
No.
No. She said yes. A little snuff.
It's fun.
It's fun?
Yeah.
So you just take off your hat and go. Let me hit you, right? Yes.
Why do we have thunder?
Why do we have? That's an electrical charge that's caused by the electrical charge that's in the air and what's going on. And we'll get into that so I can get a little more scientific. Because you see the what first? You see the lightning and then you hear the thunder. So it has something to do with the positive charge and the negative charge that's in the sky, and they meet. And then you get that flash of lightning. Yes. Because there's different charges. Remember, there's different charges. So we'll talk about protons and neutrons. Because if it's a neutron, it's neutral. All right? So we'll get into that. Yes?
When I was a kid, I was just watching this movie. I don't remember what the movie was, but it was a war. And then it started raining. And then lightning was in the sky. So I was like, Mommy, what is that? She was like, that's lightning. And I was like, but if I go outside, what's going to happen? She said it's going to zap you. And I was like, I'm not going outside. And then, like, a couple of minutes after that, I heard the thunder. And I was like, Mom, what is that? And she was like, it's the thunder outside. I was like, is it like the movie that we were just watching? She was like, no, it's part of nature.
Yeah, and it just happens. And listen, and you have to be very careful when it's lightning outside. Never ever stand where? If it's lightning under a tree. And you have to be very, very careful, because if you were near any metals or anything like that, we could have a problem and you could have a problem. Usually they say lightning never strikes twice in the same place. But if you watch certain programs, you'll get someone who said it happened to them 3 times. Yes?
But what about your car?
Well, you know what? You know what? What's your tires are made of what? Rubber. If things happen the right way, that lightning could bounce off. All right? Because you have the rubber. And that rubber kind of secures you from really getting that shock. Yes?
Why is light attractive?
Because it's like an electricity.